Ordinance, they lost. They had the option. Ordinance is actually going to go ahead and choose to take a last pick here. They want the last counter pick opportunity.
Yeah, there's like trends in that. Sometimes teams, there's a couple weeks where teams want last pick. There's times where teams want first pick.
It's very much, a stylistic choice.
Yeah.
How you feel, because I know there's some teams out there, I know on occasion Dignitas will want last pick.
Yeah.
There are some occasions where I know teams like TSM will want first pick.
Yeah.
So it's all basically what you're trying to do.
I think a lot of it centers around if you have like a favored support champion. There's someone that you really want to support, because of course support is always a safe first pick because you can't really counter supports, or at least there's no point to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Vladimir banned, Ari banned. So we saw those champs last game. Got banned because we see that banned every game. And I'm just gonna call it right now. Mundo ban. No reason.
Literally could be.
no
Well, it
reason
could be a
for
Karthus. I'm
Karthus?
thinking Karthus because
Okay.
Ordinance, they're giving up either the Corki or the Karthus to put the Vladimir ban in.
Yeah.
And I think Corki may not be. Corki's clearly a targeted ban, but Karthus in the mid, if he gets farmed, could be dangerous.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Always dangerous.
let's
they
see.
gonna
We're
ban?
rolling the dice. Janna. We're both wrong because that was Orbit's first pick for last game.
Huh.
It worked really well for him. It gave him this placement,
Alistar.
but Alistar,
Okay.
however, is left open. And Orbit, if you remember,
Yes.
banned out Alistar on their own
Yep.
first game, but now they banned out the Ahri instead.
Because the Orb jungler loves him some Alistar.
Yes, he does.
No, and his Alistar is remarkably good. And Alistar, I didn't see an Alistar jungle for literally 10 years.
Despite the fact the game only being around for two
Yes.
of those, yes,
Yeah.
that is theoretically correct.
Yeah, so
Because,
10 years, okay. And so for a long time, 6 or 7 months, Alistar jungling just fell out of favor. But Orb, bringing it back, man.
Well, I think it was a big to do, I think, at the EU end.
Was it?
Because Alistar, there are some teams out there in EU who really favor the Alistar because of the positional advantage that he gives your team, and the fact that once he hits 6, he can go from behind tower.
Yeah.
He can go from behind tower, pop the ult, headbutt, and wreck.
And do whatever the hell he wants.
I'm not gonna be using the terminology Dyrus likes to use here on stream because we're trying to keep it PG-13.
Because you're a gentleman.
I'm using an equivalent word that begins with R.
Rocked.
Rocked.
You get rocked by Alistar, and I think
You're rear-ended.
he has ridiculously strong ganks.
Yes.
He has ridiculously strong initiation.
Yeah. Initiation is pretty good.
Initiation. And so, I'm surprised we don't see him more. But Nunu, Corki, interesting bot lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nunu getting a buff in the next patch. I don't know if you saw that.
But it was about that was, I looked this up because it was the same patch that Evelyn got her nerfs when Nunu also got his nerfs, because at the time Nunu in the jungle was huge, because at the start of the match, wander into your jungle, eat your blue wraith, and GTFO. Every time you face up against Nunu, that was always the threat. And they nerfed him. They nerfed his consume, mostly specifically for that reason, and a lot of other the fact that he was counter jungling so effectively when there really was no counter jungling meta.
Yeah.
Then a few patches later, Shyvana gets released, and then now counter jungling is a super big thing. And Nunu, who was at one time the best counter jungler in the game, was nerfed, to that point where he could not, just straight out eat an entire minion in the jungle.
Yeah,
but now it's going to be back to the exact same stats it was before the nerf a year ago.
Is it really going all the way back?
It's actually it's pretty much back to the way it used to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now he's more feasible.
Yeah.
I mean, they are more feasible because it's 2 people.
It is. Yes, it is. It is.
So
actually,
they're more feasible, and
it's a dude on a Yeti.
Yeah, I mean, whatever that Nunu does, someone else would do better.
Yes.
So, like that song. So, yeah, I'm glad that they're bringing him back. I really like Nunu a lot. I think he brings a lot to the table in terms of team fights, in terms of a positioning game. I really like the positioning game with his ultimate. Yeah, so I'm glad that they're bringing him back. Okay, please pick Amumu.
Amumu, I love. I mean, Amumu's, I think, fantastic.
No, I think so too.
And, yeah.
Not a lot of love. Super tanky, high CC.
And if anyone needs
decent clear.
love, it's him.
Yeah, look how sad he is.
I
Freaking
know.
emo Amumu,
Dude,
bro.
look at him.
I don't know. Anyway,
So sad.
Amumu.
But you know what? He may not be sad for very long though, because this is a very up close and personal team coming in from Orb, because you have Alistar, you have Morgana, you have Malphite, getting up very close into the team fight. Not to mention, Nunu, if he wants to have the maximum benefit from his ult, he also needs to be in the middle of this mess. So, Amumu, this is something where he can really go ahead and excel, and not to mention that Alistar, while he can be very mobile on the map, I mean it's gonna be. He's not going to be counter jungling too much. He's going to be looking for ganks. Yep. That's going to be, his primary.
That's what he
hopefully
does.
His primary income. But mentioned before though, Amumu, as a jungler, he's extremely dependent on blue for a good start.
Yep.
And Alistar and Morgana.
Yeah.
That's a very deadly combo.
Yeah.
To go ahead and quite possibly two of the best champs you can ever have. If you're going to go ahead for Jungle Invade level 1.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just about to say that. Like, with that in mind, I think we're going to see all boots, pots, and a strong invade from Orbit. Especially Morgana. Man, her level 1 is insane. Like,
saw it last game.
We saw it last game, and it absolutely dominated. Corki with that range, and Alistar with probably Pulverize.
More than likely
Pulverize.
He could always get heal.
Yeah, he could.
He could always get heal.
But
could do wonders.
That CC, the snowball from Nunu, which we'll probably see. So the potential for that level 1 engage over at blue to prevent Amumu from getting it is going to be pretty high. Pretty high chance that's going to happen. And for Ordinance, I don't see their level 1 being all that strong, to be completely honest. You're going to have your lay waste from Karthus probably level 1. Does a little bit of damage.
Taunt and wall pain.
Taunt.
Yeah.
Bandage.
No,
you don't get
it says that you do not get bandage
Yeah.
level 1 with Amumu if you're jungling. That's just, you're asking for it if you get bandage level 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ways that they could possibly be able to counter the level 1 engage from.
What you could do, one of the best ways to counter an invade is to also invade.
Oh.
So if there's a mutual, because what we can do, if there's a mutual steal of the blues, then really neither jungler starts up behind. They just have to go a little bit further back to return to their own jungle to then also take the red.
That's where the mind games come in, my friend.
Yes, they do.
And that is where, you play the dance of death. Where, do you hang out your own blue because you think they're going to invade your blue? Do you go to the opponent's blue? But I feel that control is in Orb's court. Like, they get to decide, how the engage is going to happen because they have the really strong level 1 team.
They have the really strong level 1, and they have the superior level 1 CC.
Yeah.
You have the best single target CC in the situation with the Morgana bind.
Yeah.
And AoE CC from Alistar. AoE CC. I'm never doing that again. Never doing that again.
I had a good time with that for that moment. 4th of July.
I still. Oh man, I had some friends back home. They had a little
dance crew.
Well, it was a Halo clan that evolved into a dance crew. They called them.
Is that even possible?
No, it is not.
My
but
God.
they called themselves the Beast Coast Crew. It was East Coast, New York, and my buddy, we called him. His screen name was the Fiend of the Night, and he was a very small.
I've heard of that guy.
Small statured.
No, I haven't.
He's a very small statured man. I wouldn't actually be too surprised. He had a little bit of a YouTube thing going on. But he's a very small statured man, and he would speak very about himself in a very inner city tone, and a little urban. But he always go, I'm repping the BCC. It's just like coming out from a guy who's like a foot shorter than me.
And you're like 5'1",
and I'm like, I'm not 5'1". I am not 5'1".
That guy is 4 feet tall.
This chair specifically is, very misleading. And I can understand now why that every time we come into the casting room, Baron will get in here before me and try and switch tears because this thing just sinks in. He hates that.
You can imagine why I think everyone's short because I'm so damn tall. It's a curse, man.
But then again, we also got Paul in the office as well.
We got a tall crew.
One of our engineers. How tall is Paul?
Well, I'm 6'4". Kevin Naki's 6'5". Paul is like 6'9".
I would not be. I would not hesitate that he's like 6'17". Do you
even know how that system, the English system works?
I do. I am quite aware how the English system works. Yes, thank you very much. And that's why I said it as I did as such, because I am bad at math because I'm in the English system. There. I said it. Pings. A crap load of pings.
Yeah,
going down everywhere in front of Ordinance's jungle because they know how reliant Amumu is on blue. High L9 leading the charge on in. Corky and Nunu not too far behind, though, waiting for their opportunity. There is a ward defensively very well placed in there, waiting to see what happens.
Right, we talked about this.
And look at this. Look at this positioning coming in from Ordinance. And they know. They're hugging the wall. They're not going to know. There we go. There's vision on Jen. They know.
How did they know?
I'm not quite sure, but there's the bind actually going in on the Karthus. But here's the thing, though. There is this little dip right here where if you hide in this crevice, you can go ahead and actually walk up this aisle and actually be caught out. But the thing is, though, not everyone was hiding in this little chunk here. They're not hiding in the crevasse. They're actually out in the open in the middle of the lane.
Yeah. I mean, props to Orb. I don't know how they knew that they were there.
Might as well.
Pure genius.
Pure genius. Actually, I wouldn't also be too surprised, eventually if Morgana could have actually shot the binding over through the forest wall to see if anything landed.
Yeah.
But, or even Corky, what did Corky buy first? He actually didn't buy anything. He was waiting to see if he needed the Valkyrie or not. But, could have actually done the phosphorus bomb actually over that little forest wall as well, too. But, you know what? It's okay. No one died.
Everything is okay.
Everything's okay. No one died.
Yeah.
Amumu is sufficiently paranoid to go to his own blue, and rightfully so, because it is warded.
Yeah.
But still actually just going to go ahead and grab the red first.
Not bad.
It's still not too far
behind. That was
behind.
like the safe approach to this whole thing. Because I think they're under the impression that there was a lot of, desire to prevent Amumu from getting the blue. So he's like, I'll go take the red, I'll play it safe. And now he's going to get to go over and check.
High L9 heading up to top lane. Rich still level 1. Gonna wait to see in a second if he tries to go get aggressive, headbutt him into a very suggestible situation there. But it's a Nunu helping Corky get angry with the blood boil. And there you go. There's the attempt, trying to taunt away, but the headbutt keeps him in check. Pulverize, waiting for it. They already used it. Never mind. Rich will get. At first, how did I miss that? What am I doing?
You do wear glasses. Not sure if you knew that.
Well, you do too.
Yeah, well, I didn't miss it. I knew it happened.
You shut up.
So,
wait, Amumu securing the blue while Alstar is actually still in lane here.
They're just gonna push it hardcore.
Yeah, might as well. Just try and deny Shen as much as possible. Delay the 6 as much as possible.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Yoda knows, hey, Alstar's still top lane. Your stuff is vulnerable, and he saved the smite. Did not use it on the blue.
Wow.
Just in case for a situation like this, it's actually going to go in and take the red. He's being pinged. Or it's Ordinance, they're pinging for a Mumu. You might want to get out of there.
Yeah.
But they're going to be safe. They're going to be fine. Soraka and Gray's going to provide a little bit of cover as well. And a Mumu with the successful red steal. Well, Alstar was
taking all of it.
Oh, wow. Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. Alstar, he was seeing, top lane, trying to, go back away. And Yoda stealing the blue buff.
And that's interesting because you don't think of a Mumu as like the strong counter jungler.
No, you're not. But the thing is, though, this is the positional advantage, though. Just High L9 spent way too much top lane trying to make something happen on Shen. Didn't get it, but Kanka is actually going to get trapped there in the mid. The nice bind, and all the CC coming in for Elser. Nice flash. And the flash in response from Morgana. The first blood. Very well done from Nubby Pooh Bear to go and pursue that. That's it. Flash auto attack. That's it. Yep. No other no other energy required.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate she had to blow the flash to chase, but, you know, get
First
that
blood?
kill.
First blood is worth it.
It's unfortunate, but, no, it's worth it. Like, you know, good for her. That was really good read. Really good for Alistar to get in there and really prevent that flash. He knocked Karthus away from the wall far enough where he had to move up to use the flash. So good read, good knowledge of, you know, where the character was at, you know, in its current position. And in that game, again, Alistar is a very positional champion.
Yes.
And so yeah, good knowledge of that. This bot lane though, wow, my throat did something weird. This bot lane.
Yeah, my throat's kind of getting.
I think it's like dry in here. So
yeah.
It's 4th of July, all those fireworks eating up all the oxygen.
Eating up all the dried ashes from the burning.
Yeah, but this bot lane
and hot dogs.
You know, this is kind of similar to how the last game where Soraka, you know, allows them to sustain where you can trade efficiently. More than efficiently, the trades go to your advantage because of Nunu. Really, he's just, you know, that speed increase. I mean, really, he's not doing a whole lot. But Soraka allows you to trade. And look, Graves is just poking. You know, he's feeling good about himself. He can play aggressive. He can be up that far into the lane because Soraka's there to aid and help him out. So
a little bit of a you know, the comments and, you know, differences in build order come in. Especially, I'm just looking specifically here. At Alistar,
yeah.
It's you know, there are options. There are options to go with. High09's actually opted to go for the Philo Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, Spellsy actually getting caught out there. There is a ward in that bush. The Ignite going down. Corky wants that, but he's not going to get it. Actually, Amumu finding a cow in the bush. There's a wall of pain. Headbutt right through it. And Kageth is actually going to take a huge chunk of damage from Morgana and that bind.
Wow, well played by Alistar.
So Alistar opting for the Philo, wants the early GP10. On occasion, sometimes you'll see Alistars actually go for the Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see them straight away also going for the Move 5 boots. But here's I can understand why High went for the GP10. There was the gank attempt.
Yeah.
Was not too successful. May not get it again. So it's like, okay, you know what? These ganks, they can wait. I need to get some money.
No, yeah, I like the Philo Stone first because it's gonna help you. It's gonna give you that regen that you need to, like, you know, have a longer sustain in the jungle. It's gonna. Alistar doesn't need much mana, like, to be completely honest. And you know, so it's gonna help, you know, to clear, but it's also gonna keep him. He's a lot like Nautilus. Nautilus, that Philo Stone first is really beneficial, really beneficial. So I like that, and it's gonna give him the freedom to clear fast and then go out and roam. Yeah, I like it. I mean, Heart of Gold first, Boot 5s first.
It's a lot
it's
of it
all
can be
preference.
A lot of it can be preference. A lot of it can also be situational.
Yeah.
I personally really enjoy the Move 5 boots on him early because you're that much more of a moving presence, and like you mentioned before, he is very positional.
Yeah.
But in a situation like this where ganks have not been too successful, you know, made 2 attempts, got 1. In that situation, I would consider the Philo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Alistar High getting caught out. There's the Morgana ult. Shen looking to try and help the Karthus, but gonna go ahead and cancel it.
Just going in, doing some damage.
Yep. They just wanted Shen to use the ult. That's all they really wanted him to do.
Yeah, really good. I don't know if they expected Shen to do the ult, especially with how far up top lane is pushed. But,
yeah. Well, even then, like, Malphite's can only get so much damage on that thing.
Yeah.
It's not gonna fall, but, you know, any opportunity to go ahead and try and be a contributing factor, because it's when you Shen ult, it's not, you know, sometimes it's, you know, I want to protect my friend.
Yeah.
But I also want to see if it can't get a kill off this.
Yeah.
And because, you know, Morgana moved away, because Alistar walked away, it's like, okay, well, I saved him. I'm not gonna get any kills. Why put myself in mid?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I realized the motions of wanting to do the ult, you know, save Karthus' life, but he was fine.
But look, High9 actually stealing the blue buff, but finding out Spellsy there in a tri-brush. But hey, they don't care about Soraka right now.
Yeah.
They want the Graves, but there you go. It's actually a change of mind, change of heart. Has to pop the ult though. Pulverize actually getting a good chunk. The Nunu ult just for a tad. Just to try and reduce the movement speed of everyone on Ordinance.
Yeah, that was
that could have been worse.
That could have been worse. Could have been better But yeah, like I expected Alistar to commit a lot harder than he did on Soraka in there.
Yeah,
but
well,
good
to actually commit, to actually do something.
Yeah, really good map awareness.
What could have happened?
Yeah.
What could have happened is I think you could have actually been able. I think you can actually headbutt someone over that ledge. I think if you had the positioning right, could have actually headbutted Spellsy into the river.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, and it's hard to say what would have happened because of the quick response time of the rest of the team.
Unfortunate. Wasting the flash, trying to get the pulverize, which actually originally we were going to get a
Ouch.
whole lot of anything but Karthus ult.
Yeah.
Gonna be
You can
finishing
tell
off
that
Alistar.
moment where you stop and you're like, wow, I'm dead. And that
Yeah.
sadness just like takes over your
I
life.
know where I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there on flops.
We're like, oh, good, I'm safe. Oh,
I've
no,
been
I'm
there
dead.
in real life. Oh, Morgana waiting for the last second to try and get that ult. Both Soraka and Graves are stunned. Exhaust going on Soraka, but will not capitalize on that. Mumu also making his presence known. There is the ult. Lemonation trying to walk away from that one. The Bananas will not be able to get that kill in the end, getting a little bit extra damage.
I just want to say that I think Malphite and Shen against each other top lane is really boring.
I agree.
It's just like no one's gonna do anything.
I agree.
There's like no damage. You like slowed a little bit. Whatever.
Let's make a compromise. All right.
Okay.
How about this?
All right. Deal.
Karthus.
All right. Here we go.
Taking
we haven't watched that even.
Karthus taking his own. It's not uncommon for Karthus to go ahead. No, we're not going. We're not going back to top lane.
What's going on? He wants us to watch the boring match.
Directed camera wants us to watch top lane. It's like, no, that crap's boring.
Yeah, that is a boring lane.
No, we're not going back to top. We're staying
sure
here.
There's like top lane enthusiasts that are like, oh, you don't, whatever.
You don't appreciate the fine nuances of the top lane.
You
the small minute
CS
movements
and how they're like, nah, sorry man, I gotta just not watch that. I want to see some real action. I want to see a Mumu, attacking Alistar and they're like wrestling.
I want to see a Nunu placing some wards, getting some position. You get some advantage there, and vision on the dragon, which is incredibly important at this point in the game because a death in mid or bot could mean a dragon.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I'm also doing. Yoda's doing an excellent job of just sitting back and farming up, allowing Heil9 to just go ahead and he's trying to get ganks. He's trying to be in position. He's trying to help the team, but he's not in the best spot. So Yoda's just like, oh well, I'm just gonna farm.
Yeah, farm it up. Farm. Yeah, Mumu not the fastest farmer, so it's decent.
He's decent. And once he starts leveling up, that AOE of his, he's actually pretty damn speedy.
Yeah.
And but it's his early game, and not to mention also this has been a very popular build on a Mumu as of late, stacking the Doran's rings.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Who popularized it?
I think I saw a lot of Europeans do it.
The name escapes me right now, and I just can't for the life
Nick
of me.
Allen.
Shut up. No, this was not you. But if anyone in chat remembers the name of the person, I just can't for the life of me remember right now. But the common thing on a Mumu now, 2 or 3 Doran's rings, and then you can still just use build damage on him, get a little bit tanky as well, and that's that's all the mana regen you need. That's all the health you need. That's all the AP you need to go ahead and pile on some more of that damage.
You can actually just quit playing the game at that point.
You can just go ahead and cry in the corner.
I kid.
Here
comes Mumu trying to make a play,
there
but
you
just
go.
He waddles so slow.
He is a bit of a waddler.
He's a bit of a waddler.
That's fine.
I
mean, he lives in the desert. I mean, he's got to go ahead and do that. Stand can be deep.
I always like to talk about how Odd1 like absolutely hated Mumu, and he would just like whine and complain when he had to play him. Yeah, like all the time.
Really?
And then now he has kind of a change of heart. He actually thinks the movie is pretty good. But that's kind of the story of League of Legends, wouldn't you say? Like you think a champion is just pure garbage, and then they actually end up being, somewhat viable.
Yeah, I personally am not the biggest fan of Lulu, but I know there's going to be a point in time where I'm going to be playing Lulu because maybe I'll just play not necessarily support, maybe play AP mid or AD top even. Yeah, and, there may be a time where I actually start to warm up to Lulu, but for the time being, though, I'm not the biggest fan in the world.
Yeah, I think Singed is like the worst champion in the game, and I mean no one's disproven me yet, but people talk about how good Singed is in certain situations. So, it's interesting.
But that's the thing. The fact that this game is so vast,
that
you can have preference.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of like trending meta, like where all of a sudden certain things are like really popular, where like Bruiser Comp is kind of like falling out for AP top lane, you know, and like that kind of thing. And
well, I'm a big fan of Jax because screw the meta.
and I'm a big fan of Singed because I'm lying right now.
I'm a big fan of Singed because I like to walk in the street and fart everywhere I go.
Yeah, I mean, dude, nothing more true has ever been said in this whole world. So yeah. So anyway, there was a dragon kill.
There was a dragon kill, or we're gonna go ahead. They grabbed that one pretty quick.
Yeah, there wasn't any ward presence there.
No,
so,
no fanfare.
And I mean, but that's because Highs have been doing such a good job of clearing those wards. That those early oracles, we're seeing that more and more. Where jungles are getting those early oracles to be able to take advantage of that.
Move 5 boots and the Philo Stone. That's a fast.
A little hybrid of what we like.
That is a fast cow, man. And look, he's getting in position, and he's also blood boiled at that from Nunu. That does quite a bit. And it also looks like right now the bot lane for Ordinance is pushing out a little bit. Nunu did have to back.
Yeah.
So now Heil9 is just looking for his position, possibly looking for a gank somewhere. And he's also getting some really good ward, just making sure the ward coverage on Ordinance is slim to none. So there you go, another ward in the bush. Unfortunately, Amumu's not too far behind. Hopefully he can get out of there soon enough so that Oracles does not go down. Exhaust actually goes down, forcing the pop of the ult. But Nien and Elimination are here to help him out.
Yeah,
gotta save that Oracles. Oh, but Morgana. Oh, Karthus ult going down, looking to start the fight, but Morgana is here. Nubby Boo Bear.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, right now, Ordinance doesn't know Morgana's here. They know she's missing from mid. But there you go. There's a vision. They know Morg's here. They're going to be a little more cautious, and nice ward from Robert to just make sure that they don't get jumped on.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. I like it.
But you gotta look at mid though. Kenkith.
Yeah, I mean this is a good time for Karthus to push, which he's doing really. He's activating that E. He's laying waste. He's throwing down.
Yep.
And he's pushing really hard. He's going to try to take as much CS away from Morgana as he can while Morgana is gone. So yeah, good on Karthus. And yeah, that Alistar, that whole situation down there where we saw the ult for the exhaust. Not sure if that's an even trade. Oh, and Karthus ult. Nice. Or sorry, Nunu doing work.
Nunu, the very well-timed ult to keep Spellsy a little bit behind, but there's the Shen ult. Can you kill Robert with time? No! Oh! Just in time, you got that kill, and Yen will not be able to get the kill on Spellsy. However, Alistar is here. Can you get a nice good head-butt pulverize combo? No, just the pulverize, keeping Yoda still. Elimination, unfortunately, does not have a whole lot of damage, but I can tell you who does. Mr. Nubby Boo Bear coming on down.
Guy
this guy,
in.
This jerk,
yep, you better
coming
get
down
out of
visiting
there,
mid lane. Is the Abubu ult is actually still up. There it is.
Oh, nice.
Killing time. Morgana ulting in response. Abubu will go down. Soraka does break the chain. Does not get stunned. 3v2 bot lane. Nubby Boo Bear being very aggressive. There's the bind going down onto Karthus. Headbutt.
Oh,
pulverize. Oh, and the heals from Soraka just within range. Can you actually get something here?
Oh,
no, Nubby. Oh! Still. Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, that was unexpected.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good on Karthus. So that did a lot more than I thought it was gonna do.
And top lane is still boring.
Yeah. So meanwhile, top lane just doing jack. Oh gosh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Shen can ultimate. I mean, well, his ultimate's down, but I mean, in the future. Yeah. Anyway, so good on top lane, just doing what you do best. Nothing. And there you go, bottom lane turret.
And that is, we joke about that, but that is here's the thing. When you think about it, though, that is quite possibly the best thing you can do top lane, especially if you're disadvantaged.
Yeah.
If you just can manage top lane, it doesn't. Sometimes farm is irrelevant top lane. If you could just manage to not die, that will be sometimes more than sufficient for your team. That's the biggest That is the biggest thing. Top lane. Well, don't die.
I mean, I agree with that when you have like a really strong farmer like Vladimir, but like Malphite and Shen, not the greatest.
Well, here's the thing though. First you get the minions, then you get the gold,
Then you get the chicks.
Then you get the chicks. But then you get all these fancy schmancy items.
Yeah.
You got Malphite. He's actually building AP Malphite. He's looking for a pretty good chunk of damage. So those future team fights, he's not going to be as tanky as he normally is, but he's going to be hurting quite a bit. Shen got the GP10, got the Wits End. Going to be having the Merc Tread soon as well. So he's got a little bit of health. He's got a little bit of resist on him. So he's going to be healthy coming in these team fights.
He's doing a little something.
You got to get the money. You got to get the money.
You get the money, you get the power, you get the chicks, you get the gold, you get the
items.
Ultimate. I don't know.
You get the ultimate. You get the Nexus. Then you get the results screen. She's a fickle mistress. But then again, sometimes you can also get the qualifier spot, as well.
And sometimes from now, and when you come to
San Francisco, and then you report players for feeding.
Yeah. You get to come to San Francisco. You get to come hang out with me and Hat Person.
Yes.
And we get to light fireworks that are left over from 4th of July.
If they're still good.
If they're still good.
And hopefully
blow
they won't,
stuff up.
Well, not preferably not limbs, because I'm using both. I'm using both of my hands to actually go ahead and direct the camera and type things.
Just having a good time with it.
Yeah, just having a good time.
All right, so we haven't talked about this game in roughly 5 minutes. So let's
I think it's been sooner than that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good call. So Amumu, farming decently well. Alistar roaming a lot.
Oh, Malphite with the ult right under tower. Karthus can't do a whole lot about it. This ult is not going to get anything.
Yeah, I'm
not quite sure why he used it.
No, I completely agree. I think maybe it was a desperation move to kind of scare him off. Like, okay, you don't want to come into this tower and commit
and just
because against a Mumu, so I'm going to ult and prevent you from coming in.
And just because you're Karthus, just because you died, that doesn't mean you have to use the ult.
Yeah.
Don't feel obligated to use the ult as Karthus if you died and you have it, because you may want to actually save it for a team fight that actually happens soon after. And there are ways to contribute with that ult, because right now, as Karthus comes back, would be a fantastic time to ult. Robert getting Shen ulted will be a little bit more safe. There's the Amumu ult actually helping out the rest of the team, keeping everyone in a nice, quick, tight position. And there is the Nunu ult as well. Is he going to get anything quite with that? Not really.
That's your standard case of overcommittance.
Yes, it is.
They committed way too hard. They thought they could make a play, and they got just smashed as Shen decides it was time to come down and actually do something in this game. So Shen 0-0-3, Malphite 0-0-1, but Malphite is now pushing top. Is he going to get that tower? Yeah.
Almost.
No.
Okay,
maybe.
He's the. Come on, one more, two more.
Yeah, they're gonna get that tower. Okay,
yeah,
so you got the tower. He's gonna be able to get out. So that's some good. That's some nice gold. That's a nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
Shen, I don't know what you're doing.
Ooh, nice juke. Nice juke.
But you know what? Shen is now oh no, one level ahead. Okay. All right. I missed.
Yeah, Malphite's. No, let's see here. Malphite, he's almost dinged 15. Shen.
Okay, it's still really close.
It's negligible.
Yeah, but the key thing is Malphite has a significant damage increase from that Abyssal, and a good resist too. So he's going to do pretty good in team fights.
And wow, that's two lay wastes. That's 2 lay wastes after walking through the wall of pain. That's like a third health per Skittle.
Yeah, especially per Skittle. I don't like that.
I love that.
We're not going to say that.
Oh, come on. Dude, they're Skittles, man.
Okay, but either way, the Skittles. Okay, I can't do it. the lay waste. They. If you hit that solo damage, it's just so much damage. If you hit them by themselves, you don't catch any of those creeps. And I think he did a pretty good job. And that's part of the skill of playing Karthus, is being able to kind of like.
Oh, look at that bind right on spells as he's looking to clear wards. Ooh. Oof. That could have been bad. That could have been.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So
still
thank
hurts.
God. But
still
here comes Alistar. He's going to try to make a play. Malphite's coming in too, so they're gathering up. They want to do something, and he's going to solo Baron. Here we go.
No, he's not going to be quite doing that. No, but is there?
Yeah,
is
so
there
here they go. They're gonna. I think something's going to happen. I think Malphite's getting in a position to sneak that little ultimate.
Good.
Right through.
Nah, just Bind didn't get anything. He just not worth doing the ult in that kind of position, because remember. I mean, Alistar wasn't quite in position, and Corki is actually looking to just push top lane straight out. Robert Lee is just looking to defend right there. That's why he's positioned as such. So right here, most of the damage, Malphite and Morgana, if they can get ahead and burst someone down, it could work out really well.
Yeah.
Rich, probably not going to be the target there. Yoda could go down pretty quick. I mean, we've seen before Karthus can actually get chunked out pretty quick as well. But there we go. Now it's a dangerous game.
Oh,
Shen. Oh, taunt away. But there is a Mumu with the ult as well. And Nunu keeping everyone still very well done. And in the meantime, Yen actually does get the kill bot lane. Yoda in a little bit of a situation. May actually be going down pretty quick. High is low. Shrelia is being popped. This could look be really bad for Orb. There's the Morgana going down. There's the Alistar going down. And the Karthus ult. Oh, double kill.
Wow,
Yikes.
that could have gone a little bit worse than it did. But yeah, that was pretty bad. And now Ordinance is going to have this nice little Baron present for him, wrapped up neatly with a bow and an ugly face.
To match.
To match. So yeah, that was really good. They played the patience game. They had some stuff they had some key words in there, and they just waited for the right position. Alistar was in there not doing a whole lot. Like, he was waiting for the right time to do a headbutt. He did a pulverize. He tried to do it. Shen dashed out, tried to get a good headbutt, but was waiting for that, and it just didn't happen. So that's unfortunate.
So Ordinance, they got the Baron. Managed to get it successfully.
Yeah.
But still, though, the gold. Look at the gold.
Yeah, where's that coming from?
It's even.
So that must be a farm thing, right? So it's like.
Yeah, but Baron is worth quite a bit in its own.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, with Baron buff is going to give Ordinance a pretty good edge, considering the fact that this game is pretty much bang on even.
Yeah.
So for the next 3-4 minutes, they're going to have a little bit of an edge in team fights. Orb may just want to go ahead and sit back and wait it out.
Yeah.
However, I'm not sure if they have if Ordinance has the pressure to try and force any objectives. They may get a tier 1 tower or 2 out of it. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to actually pressure the tier 2s in the time.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's too close right now between the two teams. Neither one has like an obvious advantage, so they both have to play ridiculously safe. So neither of them wants to get close to a tower. So I think what we're going to see is we're going to see some farming, we're going to see some poking, and some love making.
And Amumu wants some hugs.
Okay, yeah.
Amumu wants some hugs. He said so in the mid lane.
Yeah, he did. Let's hug it out. So yeah, they're going to try to take their their relative objectives, take the buffs, control each their own respective jungles, and I think when Dragon comes up here in a couple minutes, we're going to see something happen. But until then, they got to play safe because it's too close to call right now.
Minions waiting for the minion wave. Bananas may very well take the tower down on its own. Robert actually go ahead and chunk out the tower. Wow, wow.
You
what
right?
the hell?
I
don't know. I need some water here.
Well, I can talk while you're doing that. So yeah, top lane continues to do nothing. But yeah, Ordinance, good job just poking. They saw the weak tower. They tried to do a little bit of work, but they they took the tower down. They're poking. But as Orb decides they're going to gather up and they're gonna engage, the Ordinance feels like it's still not enough, and Dragon's up now, like I talked about.
Yep, there's Dragon.
They're going to try to force it, and man, they take it down so fast. I don't think Orb had a firm grasp on when that was going to spawn, and of course they had no words down there, they had no vision, and so they just.
Shirelia's, there's the wall of pain. Yoda getting on in with the ult, and now it's a matter of damage. Malphite does get in with the ult. Oh, Yoda does go down, but Karthus Tito's down as well. Double kill onto Korthi. Here comes the Karthus ult as well. That's a huge boatload of damage on the end, but just still, though, the shutdown coming in from Shen down onto Korki Yuzuki, now being chased by Robert Lee. Spellsy actually going to be grabbing the kill, though. What an inconvenient steal, but Nunu being soloed out by Shen. Absolute rout coming in from Ordinance.
Well, then. Well, now Shen is making some plays, man. He's doing some work. So a lot of people are dead. They're going to get tower. They might get 2 towers. Probably not. They're getting 1. But, yeah, the difference now is Malphite and Shen, who were even, are now, Shen is running away with that advantage. So significant advantage by Ordinance now. 4K.
What?
Alistar decides he's going to go man mode and die. And now they got aced, and so, yeah, okay, so I was wrong. They're going to get towered. They'll probably get this in hit.
They're going to get this in hit.
Yeah.
They're more than likely going to get this in hit. I mean, Morgana and Korki, they may be there in time, but there's so much damage coming in from Graves, they should be able to get it no problem. There it goes.
You go.
Shirelia's popped once again. Spellsy helping everyone
GTFO.
get out of there.
Yeah, so now you're running into a situation where Shen is getting huge 4, 0, and 7. So now the initiation, the dive, the CC that he can perform by just getting in the front line and getting in the mix, it's a little bad. So now you're in the position where you're going to try to take down Shen, but you're going to blow your cooldowns while he taunts your carries, and now you're in a lot of trouble. So Shen is in a good spot. Ordinance is in a great spot with a 5K lead now, and we're gonna see Ordinance just take objectives and hold their lead. Hopefully, just they need to play safe. They can't be getting out there and doing this single stuff, kind of like Amu's doing right now, where he can get caught. Luckily, Orb doesn't have like that great a ward coverage. It's actually pretty poor.
Well, I mean, it's Ordinance is in the driving seat, so they just have to go ahead and roll with the punches for the time being.
Yeah.
Baron buff is gone, so it's going to be a little while before it actually does come back up. You got about maybe a good 2-3 minutes before it does. So now it's just a matter of what can you do in that time before everyone starts rushing for the next objective. You can go ahead and push lanes.
Yeah.
Which is what Ordinance is doing right now. But Shen is top lane. He can ult in. Soraka, though, a little bit behind. Spellsy, you got to get with your crew. There is the ward coverage. Trainier, and there you go. The Malphite ult starting to fight. Amumu is actually going to be able to help end this. Oh, good. That is a lot of damage.
Oh, my
God. Right now, that Karthus ult.
Oh, my God. They really needed Soraka there. They really needed
Spellsy.
They needed the help. They needed the life. They needed
the
health.
Man. They needed Spellsy. They needed Spellsy there so bad.
Spellsy's got that locket.
We got to go back. We have to go back a second because I just want to note right here, because this is bad positioning. You have no vision, and you have everyone there. It's just an absolute murder. Absolute murder under tower.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's
then Soraka shows up, leads the party. Yeah, so, I mean, Soraka has the tools to make that team fight at least a little bit more in your favor. She's got the heal. She's got, that gives you the armor. She's got the passive. And she has the Shurelias to get out. She has the locket of the Iron Solari, to give you that extra, that shield to soak up a lot of that damage. But she wasn't there, so it was like it was a really bad one-sided fight. And this is what we saw last game. These crazy, crazy swaps where one team is way in the lead, and then they make a mistake, they don't ward right, they don't have vision, and they lose their advantage. So now the game is back to almost even.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, I mean,
bad positioning in a fight like that.
It's almost not so much bad positioning; it's just bad lack of map awareness.
Too. There was no wards.
They had no idea what was going on.
They had some ward coverage.
And you know what my favorite thing to do is to tell pro players what to do. As a,
things need to be made aware. And but still though, Ordinance manages to sneak the Baron pretty quick, but there's Yazuki out in front with the ult. Shen trying to save Robert Lee, but Orb may actually go ahead and take this one away. There's Nubby Pooh Bear with the Morgana ult, and the Zodia's actually getting a pretty decent kill. The Karthus ult, will we get anyone off of that? No. And here's the thing. There's two members of Ordinance with Baron buff. Only one member of Orbit died. There's now you have Ordinance losing engagements with Baron.
Oh my gosh, these games.
This is so entertaining.
Yeah, they're really entertaining only because they'll make a small mistake and then it'll just throw the whole fight in the other person's favor. So, I mean, cool fight.
Granted, it was a good hustle to get the rush onto Baron and to get the kill, but it's just, that's the thing. You're going up against a team with great CC. You have the Malphite, you have the Morgana, you have the Alistar, which chain together so nicely. And that can be an absolute murder. And it's happened twice now.
So what are you going to do? You're going to lose.
What are you going to do? Well,
no, it's going to be close. And again, Shen is now, of course, continuing to gain a lead. I mean, his build is huge. Aegis. You got the Frozen Mallet. You got the Wit's End.
You got the Randuins.
You got the Randuins. So he's super tanky. He's starting to do actually some damage.
Yes.
And he's utility. You know, he's got the frozen mallet. You know, you can't get away. The taunt, so the utility, the tankiness, and the damage.
There's the
and
catch, the bandage from Amumu, trying to grab Hell 9 here, but he will get caught out real quick in the middle of the lane. The mid inhibitor has respawned, but should go down once again pretty quick here. Rich top lane getting the split push on. Inhibitor down once again in the mid. Nubby Pooh Bear there to defend the Shen taunt and the Amumu bandage, but here comes the rest of Orb. Nunu ult very well placed, but it does break. Snowball trying to get something on anyone, but Morgana does die despite the Zonias. So now 3 members of Orb are still up. Everyone from Ordinance is here in the base, wreaking havoc. Not all of them have the Baron buff they had so long ago. But there you go, Namumu with the flash and the ult. Lemon Nation going down. There you go, Shen, taunt, Malphite down. Corky is the only one left. Oh god, this is looking rough, man.
Yeah, so
this is almost thrown.
Well, yeah, it's borderline thrown. I don't know. It's hard. It was such a back and forth match again, but Ordinance doing a really good job of utilizing their lead. And Shen was, I think, the difference in this. Once Shen gets, you know, a significant lead, he has tons of farm, he has a lot of kills, and look at this. Meanwhile, oh my gosh, it's diving in. They can do whatever they want. They're so tanky. They put their front line. They have a Mumu.
Nyan has to dodge lay waste in the fountain. Almost died in fountain to lay waste with spells. He actually getting really low there. Morgana still on in this. Yoda may actually very well die here, but look at this. Robert Lee, can you stop the gun, man? You cannot. GG.
Wow, okay.
We're going to game 3, man.
4th of July, game 3. There's fireworks happening.
Fireworks everywhere, man.
You know, that's something.
That is absolutely something. So we're going to be going to game 3.
Yeah.
Hopefully very quick on in here. And you know what? Let's just go to commercial. Let's make this one a quick one. It is a holiday.
I do have to pee.
A little bit.
Well, just a bit. It's cool.
A little bit. I'm buzzing.
Yeah,
I'm buzzing.
Let's do it. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am. We will be right back. We're going to get game 3 going pretty quick as possible. Stay tuned. Going to be right back.
Here we go.